Kurt Cobain's talking on a mobile phone. This is in the USA in the 80s. During the war, a young woman sits in a tattoo parlour. Artist Jack Julian is applying her social security number to one leg and her address to the other. It's a precaution against bombing to identify her, a harsh reminder of dark times. 1942. Sophia Loren in Italy, 1961. Ernest Hemingway fishing, 1904. Rosa Parks sits at the front of a bus following the end of racial segregation by the transit company, around 1965. Louise the Leopard Girl. Keeper of the Faith, 1854. There's a scooter race happening at a scooter rink in Melbourne, Australia during the 1930s. A couple, maybe teenagers, are on a date. They're probably at some sort of social gathering. The girl's wearing a dress. The boy's wearing a jacket, a button-down shirt and a tie. He looks to be about 16 years old. There are other teenagers present too. They all look to be having a good time, smiling and laughing. The setting could be a school dance or a party at someone's house. It's all very casual. Listening to the sound of Stone, Paris, 1935. Farmers in the United States of the 1920s were making a smooth transition to power tillers. The illusionist, a man of 32 years, was tall and handsome. He had a dark complexion and wore a suit. He was standing next to his assistant, a beautiful young lady in a dress. The assistant was holding a box. The illusionist was also holding a box, a bit larger than the first. A company of Cuban Liberation Army troops is deployed in line formation during the War of Independence, from 1895 to 1898. Julia Roberts, 1990. Sailing on the beach at Ormond, Florida in 1903. The organ accumulator, a device sold in the 1950s, allowed a person sitting inside to attract organ. Organ was a massless healing energy. Freddie Mercury and his mother in 1947. "14-year-old Elizabeth II is reading a book by the window. Ronald DeFeo Jr. is in custody. He's accused of murdering his 6 family members. He used a rifle. They were asleep in their beds. This happened at 112 Ocean Avenue, Amityville, New York in 1974. The American pop band The Monkees during a silly photo shoot around 1967. A young woman takes classes by television while the state solved the integration issue in September of 1958. Lois Long, a columnist for The New Yorker and also a flapper, is getting a shocked look from a staff member in 1921. "45 degrees USSR, 1970. Alright, here's what we've got. A unique tea setting for 2. Emperor Nicholas II and his wife, Alexandra Feodorovna, are dressed in costumes of a medieval Tsar and princess. This was in 1903. Ella Williams, born in 1865, worked in her adult life as a giant for a number of shows and companies, Barnum being one of them, in the late 1890s. Adolf Hitler, Joseph Goebbels and Hermann Göring are at the opening of the Nazi Party's 1936 to 1937 Winter Relief Campaign. Winter Relief of the German People was a charitable organisation established by the Nazi regime in 1933. The Titanic had a full gym on board, complete with a rowing machine. This is what it looked like. Before 1930, Boston Children's Hospital had cows to give fresh milk. One of the last Tasmanian tigers, an animal that went extinct in 1936. Chicago train, 1950s. British actress Jessie Matthews is supporting an enormous headdress for the Revue Evergreen in 1934. The girl cools off in a pond in Hyde Park in the UK, London in July of 1969. On May 4, 1963, hundreds of children were led to jail after being arrested for protesting racial discrimination near City Hall in Birmingham, Alabama. Walt Disney with a Donald Duck doll, 1951. War-orphaned Japanese children taken to detention facilities during a post-war sweep are pictured at Odaiba around 1945. It's the Day of German Troops, a pro-war rally. It was organised by the German Party, which was a party of the ethnic German minority in the Slovak Republic. They were supporting the German Reich and the troops fighting in World War II in 1940. Inside the California alligator farm where kids could ride and play with alligators in 1920. Soviet and Nazi soldiers are talking after their successful invasion of Poland in 1939. Scottish children are out for a spin on their bike and sidecar at Ballater, Aberdeenshire in the 1930s. The date is the 18th of January 1931. Electric bath early sunbed, 1900. Allied commanders from the Soviet Union, France, the United Kingdom, and the United States were at the Berlin Victory Parade, celebrating the end of World War II in September 1945. Having fun at the fair, 1938. Early December 1952. The year is 1944, it's North Africa, and there are women in bathing suits. Hamlin glasses. These are a pair of spectacles specially designed for reading in bed. This is from England in 1936. Albert Einstein seems to be having fun at the Grand Canyon. There's a person standing next to him. They're both smiling. It looks like a nice day, with beautiful scenery. School children are listening to a dictaphone in the 1930s. Alright, there are two Native American elders. They're dressed in traditional clothes and they're talking policy with someone from President Coolidge's staff. Lenin and Krupskaya, Gorky, 1922. This is a canned beer vending machine from the 1930s. It's a bustling scene of New York City in the 1940s, showing the lively energy and urban life of that time. New York City, 1940s. Police agent Florence Coberly prepares for a mission to catch a rapist, Los Angeles, 1952. German scientists are conducting wind tunnel tests on a Messerschmitt Bf 109 using the world's most advanced facility of the era, 1940. A 3-year-old boy is celebrating New Year's Eve at a New York nightclub in 1943. Miss Syria, 1953. There's a bootblack on Bowery in New York City. The first kiss. It was a moment of shared vulnerability and burgeoning affection. The air crackled with a nervous energy, a palpable sense of anticipation. Two pairs of eyes locked, conveying unspoken emotions. A hand gently reached out, then a soft touch, a tentative exploration, and then the kiss. It was electric, a spark igniting in the darkness. Lithuanian fighters during the June uprising are holding a removed portrait of Soviet leader Joseph Stalin from June 1941. Fishing for Love. February 1940. Playing the game fishing for love at a play party in McIntosh County, Oklahoma. New York, Times Square, 1900. From the Window by Masahisa Fukase, 1974. It's a series of photographs. They capture his then-wife, Yoko Wanibe, as she leaves for work each day from their apartment in Tokyo. Women are receiving instruction in the application of makeup, 1940. There's a woman with exceptionally long hair. It's from the 1890s. People are celebrating India's independence from British rule in the streets of Calcutta, which is now known as Kolkata. There's a tradition in Northern Europe where children celebrate Fastlevn. They dress up in costumes and have a party. The children hit a barrel that's hanging up. When the barrel breaks, whoever broke it is crowned Cat King or Cat Queen. The kids get candy. Harold Walker, who is 5 years old, picks between 20 and 25 pounds of cotton a day. This was in Oklahoma in 1916. A boy and a girl are playing at repairing a toy car. This was in the 1950s. British archaeologist Leonard Woolley on the right and T.E. Lawrence are standing with a Hittite bas relief made of basalt at the ancient city of Carchemish, Turkey in 1913. So, a guy is changing a diaper. This is happening sometime in the 1960s in the United States. Nelson Mandela's released from prison on February 11, 1990. Art and Camera magazine, 1952. Enzo Ferrari, 1920. It's a photo of yawning slumber party girls from around 1910. Alright, here we go. There are 3 guys. It's a Halloween card. Pauline, who was only 18 inches tall around 1890. A mock-up of Telstar 2, the second telecommunications satellite ever, being built for the Parade of Progress in Cleveland, Ohio, on August 14, 1964. Lorries hauling huge logs, Washington, D.C., 1943. The destroyed reactor 4 after the Chernobyl disaster. It looks like LBJ is singing with his dog Yuki. and his grandson is watching with wide eyes. This happened at his Texas ranch in 1968, when LBJ was still president. Saturday Night Live from the 1970s, NBC's control room. An immigrant family arrives at Ellis Island in 1904. Bob Marley, accused of possessing marijuana, is on his way to court in London in 1977. So this is how Marlene Dietrich showed up in Paris in 1933. Apparently she'd been told not to wear pants upon arrival. Civil War veteran Samuel Decker poses with the prosthetic arms he somehow made for himself. Germans are approaching American soldiers in occupied Bavaria, Germany in April 1945, and they're carrying white flags. In 1886, a couple posed for a photo outside the White House in Washington, D.C. on a two-seater bicycle. Drive-In Theatre, Los Angeles, 1949. Two German soldiers and their mule are wearing gas masks in World War I, 1916. I'm not too sure how that worked out for the mule. Dr. Benedict's apparatus for measuring metabolism, 1935. He's probably a good boy, but sure looks odd. The radio helmet was introduced in early 1949 for $7.95 as the Man from Mars radio helmet. The heart-wrenching situation of a jawless man after getting treated for a mysterious disease. A welder is working on pipes on merchant ships. This is in California in 1942. People are gathered around an unexploded German SC-1000 bomb during the Siege of Leningrad in 1943. Charlie Chaplin and Walt Disney in 1939. Artist's excursion on the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. Unknown, 1858. A rural postman is posing with the pentacycle. It's Edward Burstow's innovative design. It has a central wheel and 4 smaller wheels to help it stay stable. It was made for delivering bulky parcels. This was in Horsham, England in 1882. Fidel Castro with Soviet school children in the year 1963. During 1942, there were Soviet women producing mortar shells at a defense plant near Moscow. South African ambassador to the United States, Harry Schwartz, presented the new flag of South Africa to US President Bill Clinton and Vice President Al Gore in May of 1994. Bruce Lee's family in the 1970s. Henri Matisse, with a cat curled between his legs, is working from his bed in 1949. French soldiers are walking past a dog. The dog's wearing goggles and smoking a pipe. This happened in 1915. Unidentified German workers in decontamination clothing are destroying toxic bombs on June 28, 1946, at the US Army Chemical Warfare Service depot at St. Georgen, Germany. Led Zeppelin, 1969. This is one of the first video phones from 1930 Germany. Top Hat No Tails, streamline at the Palace Theatre with Cochrane's Young Ladies, Sonia Hulley, Yvonne Robinson, and Bubbly Rogers perform in the 1930s. Lyudmila Pavlichenko was the most successful female sniper in world history, with 309 confirmed kills during World War II. This was taken in 1940. And American soldiers posing with different weapons and equipment at Fort Benning, Georgia, around 1943. A Victorian stereograph card photo of a couple giving little Albert a bath in their casserole pot. This was around the 1860s. Dutch halibuts, Amsterdam, 1913. Graduation ceremony at the United States Naval Academy, Annapolis, 1917.